So guys, good morning. Like I was telling you guys in yesterday's vlog, we got a lot of snow. I haven't actually recorded them playing out in the snow this year, so I thought I would. They don't seem all that fazed by it, honestly. Like Bravo's, the way he hops through it's sort of funny. Yep, they're all just running around, playing in the snow. There's Bliss. I don't know what she plans on doing. She's just watching the puppies that ran behind the garage. Oh, and there they come. And the two of them just chase each other. Honestly, that's the only thing they do in the backyard. So good morning, guys, and happy Sunday to all their sunshiny faces. It's a little late. I just woke up. My dad and Jack are shoveling the driveway right now, and it stopped snowing. Although it's weird. I thought I saw there's another day. I think Monday we're supposed to get more snow again. So yeah, I don't know how much. I just saw, like, it actually didn't show in the forecast, like, for like, because it snowed like last night, so like Saturday or Sunday, that we were supposed to actually get snow, like, you know, the little icon thingy or whatever. But it does show that for Monday, so that makes me think like we're supposed to get a lot of snow and a lot of, you know, like at one time probably or something like that on Monday, more than like we actually got today, because it didn't even really like say that we were supposed to, although there was like a National Weather Service sort of thing issued. But like I said, you know, like if you click on like the Apple weather or whatever, and it shows like the little icons, like partly cloudy, sunny, you know, whatever, snowing, you know, it didn't show that for today or yesterday. So the fact that it does for Monday makes me think that it's maybe going to be more, or maybe it'll just be like light but throughout the day. We got hit pretty hard pretty quickly last night with the snow. Like, honestly, I don't know how long it snowed, but that was about how much snow we had when I went to bed last night, and it only snowed in like a couple hours. We got that much. So like I said, it's not a huge ton, and it's very like light and fluffy. Like we could possibly have even more tomorrow as well. So we're actually going to still grill today, though. My dad was actually shoveling out a spot over by the grill, so that we can, like I said, we're going to do pork chops, corn, and I've got some of my veggie burgers. Well, not veggie, the beefless burgers that we're going to do as well. So anyways, yeah, guys, I thought I'd just share with you guys, because I haven't shared the dogs outside in the snow at all so far this year, even though we've had some significant snow already. But yeah, they had fun, I think. Really, like, it's just funny watching them run through the snow, because sometimes they act like it's just not there, and you know, like they don't want it to be there. Like Bravo just like run through, but like he can't, so he has to like hop. So yeah, anyways, guys, thought I'd just share some fun puppy snow footage from today. So guys, it is sometime later. It's actually early. I'm gonna go get in the shower and get to bed. I already set my planner up for next week. I'm pretty happy about that, because I didn't use my planner at all last week. So I have it set up now for next week. And yeah, so hopefully that means that I will stay a little bit more productive and stay on top of the things that I need to as well. And we also didn't end up grilling. There was a couple circumstances that ended up sort of coming up today, and it had nothing to do with the snow. No reason, because there was snow outside. At like 2 o'clock or so, my mom was like, oh, I'm really hungry, and I brought my burger in from the freezer to like start defrosting, and so it probably wouldn't have been ready by like 3 o'clock. My mom started like, you know, or like 2 o'clock by the time my mom was like saying that she was hungry. And so it was sort of like late lunch almost. And I was hungry too. And so I was like, I sort of want something to eat now also. So we ended up sort of just going and getting an early dinner instead, and just picking up takeout, because like I said, it just like sort of wound up working out that way instead of waiting longer anyway to grill. So we're gonna do that tomorrow, since again we have this stuff to grill, and I don't want it to like sit around for like days and then us not be able to use the meat. So like I said, we're gonna do that tomorrow, and then I think me and Jack are gonna make mac and cheese on Tuesday. And then after that, I can start using up some of the freezer dinners that I have. I also didn't end up making the freezer dinners today that I showed you guys for my grocery haul yesterday. I got all the meat. I got a lot of the meat. I did freeze the ground beef already. My mom used a pound of that. I think maybe I said that in yesterday's vlog, but of about the 5.5 pounds I ended up getting, I split them up into 5 freezer bags, worth of a little bit less than a pound of ground beef each, and then about a pound my mom ended up using yesterday for dinner. So that is out of the fridge, luckily, because we had like no room because there was so much meat in the fridge. But then I'm going to do maybe 3 or 4 freezer dinners with the pot roast. I don't know if I'm going to use 1.5 pounds each and do 4, or maybe do, because I got about 6 pounds in total. I don't want to use a full 3 pounds, so I'm thinking maybe I could do 2 pounds and just like shave like about 1 pound off of each of the roasts, and then do that in like 1 freezer dinner. So like I said, I don't totally know. That maybe is what I'm thinking, instead of doing 4, like I said, I don't know. Or it could go a little bit heavier on the veggies so that there doesn't have to be as much meat. But I won't add the potatoes when I do that. Like, so I do like a freezer, like to freeze the what's it called, the beef roast, like the beef pot roast, but instead I won't freeze it with potatoes. I will freeze the carrots, like I'll do probably baby carrots and maybe add like the seasonings and stuff like that, but I won't freeze the potatoes, only because the potatoes, maybe I really don't even have to freeze, I just sort of have to freeze the meat, because we almost 90% of the time, 99% of the time almost, we have like carrots, like baby carrots. So I can always just do that and throw that in there like maybe over halfway through the cooking time, and then do the potatoes and the carrots so that, again, they're cooked. But if I can't throw it in with the frozen meat, because then they will be completely like overdone by the time the meat's finally cooked. So like I said, it's just sort of gauging that time and knowing when I have to do it, which is why I like crockpot dinners where it's just a dump dinner and I throw everything in at the same time. But when I'm doing it with frozen meat, I obviously can't throw it all in at the same time, because I have found that, like I said, like 90% of the time, frozen or fresh vegetables, the cooking time winds up a lot of times being like off, like it has to cook longer for that. So, like I said, I just need to probably adjust the cooking time if I wind up adding that before or after. But, like I said, the good news is that we have room out in the freezer now, somewhat. But I want to keep using up the stuff that we have out there. And then on top of that, too, because I know now what we have outside, I don't have to be like, oh, I don't know, you know, like, you know, I think we can make that, or I, you know, can make that or whatever. Like, I can't find that, or, you know, whatever, and stuff gets lost in the freezer, because we have like a big chest freezer. And so obviously there's stuff that is at the bottom, which is why, like, I would love to get a stand-up freezer so that I can find things so much easier, because I can't tell you guys how much food we have lost in the freezer and find out, and then it winds up getting frostbite. I have to throw it away. Like, honestly, I mean, I use up so much, because again, I feel like it still does weigh out the benefits of like getting the stuff super cheap on sale, and then I buy it and then we can, you know, freeze it and everything like that. But I have lost a handful of things in the bottom of the freezer that are like too old then to wind up using, and have to be thrown away, because I just, like I said, you know, it gets lost in there. So I would love to have a stand-up freezer, but there's a couple of reasons right now why that's just not an option. And on top of that, too, it's not like our freezer's not working. It's so old, though, guys. It was my great-grandparents' freezer, and it like, it's so old, but it still works. It still keeps everything frozen in there. There's no problem, you know, defrosting or anything like that. We have not had any problems with it. So again, right now, I don't see a huge reason for needing to, again, replace it or anything like that. However, like I said, eventually I'd love to get a stand-up freezer. I just feel like we can fit more stuff because we can throw it all in there, versus like if we get a stand-up freezer, we're gonna have less room, most likely. Not less room, I mean, we could still get the same cubic square footage and everything like that, but because you're having to stack the things, sometimes you can't get it as well if you can just pack everything on top of each other. So I do feel like in that case we would lose a little bit of space, but again, in the long run, I think it would save us like more money, because it's the one that's outside probably isn't super energy efficient, and on top of that too, because we might not lose things to the bottom of the freezer anymore that wind up having to, like I said, be checked because I find out that it has freezer burn on it, or again, it like has been out in the freezer for too long to be able to use. So like I said, some of those reasons are why we need one, but obviously too, it's finding a good deal on one and finding one that will work and fit in the space and all that kind of stuff. But like I said, I would love to do that. However, what I was thinking was, possibly at least until we can get this. What I did a couple times was I had some sort of like just grocery bags, but specifically I really like the ones from Aldi because they're very thick and durable, and I don't like using those at the grocery store. I like using the like fabric ones just because I feel like they're way more durable. But the reason I want to use the ones from Aldi, like the plastic ones from Aldi, because I think they're more durable than the regular grocery store ones, and we reuse those ones all the time. So, but we have a bunch of extras that again we don't use because we use our fabric ones at the grocery store, and our like Aldi boxes that we got from Aldi. It's like those, they're sort of like the cube like organizer things that you can do with the little drawers. Like that's what's in my closet for organizing my stuff, but that's what we have, and we use those a lot of times too with the fabric bags. However, we have a bunch of leftover like durable Aldi plastic ones that we don't use, but I'd love to use that to organize stuff that's in the freezer. So like putting all of the like frozen vegetables in one of those bags and then have it out in the freezer, because that way I can find the bag of frozen vegetables and just know what's in there so that I can go through it. Again, if it's a bag of like frozen breakfast foods, like if we have waffles or you know that kind of thing, so it's not just loose free floating in the freezer and then I'll never come across it or find it. Especially those smaller things, like if there's sausage, like you know sausage links and stuff like that, the smaller little like banquet sized ones, I will lose in a deep freezer that is as big as ours and we'll never find them again. So that's why, like I said, those things I need to you know, I was thinking of like how can I utilize this space really well, and like plastic and Tupperware just doesn't seem like it works really well for the freezer. So I was like, you know what, I could totally just use those bags, and again just keep like the freezer dinners, like the frozen dump dinners that I have that are frozen out in the freezer, extra meat, you know, whatever the type of thing is, those fit most of the groceries anyway, so why not use those for the freezer and just to keep things organized. So again, I can pull something out, a bag worth of stuff, and then just you know rearrange the things as I need to find stuff in the freezer, and it's not taking a million individual bags and packages of things out to try and find what's in the bottom of the freezer, because like I said, it's very difficult to do. So those were some things that was running through my mind, at least until again we maybe wind up getting a new freezer. But again, I feel like until our freezer stops working, we'll probably continue to keep it. It's just one of those like, what, you know, I fixed what's not broken. It's something that we've had for so long. I don't see, and it's so big too, like I am scared to try and figure out how much a one that is that size would actually cost, especially a stand-up one, because they seem to be a little bit more money as well. So anyways, long story short, there's the freezers and everything like that. I was very happy we got done yesterday, but there's still some things too that I want to try and, you know, focus on in organizing those. The inside freezer is awesome, it's all nice and organized and everything as well, but the outside freezer, I'm like, I feel like I know what's in there now, but I still don't feel like it's really organized well. So that was my thought process, like I said, in using some of those nice durable grocery bags that we do have, and using those out in the freezer, like those plastic, like I said, like the Aldi ones specifically, and that way if we need more of them we can just go to Aldi and buy them, because they're like, I don't know, 15 cents each or something like that. So if I need like 20 of them to organize the freezer or whatever, you know, I can get them for like a couple bucks at most. And so I don't have to use like Tupperware or, you know, special organizing tools or anything like that, and I just feel like it'd be useful. And again, even too, if they wind up ripping or something like that, it's 15 cents to replace. I don't have to worry about it. You know, probably save us again money in having to, you know, not being able to find some of the stuff that's in the freezer and then letting it go bad, or, you know, any of the other reasons why we might wind up, you know, having something that gets lost in the freezer. So anyways, I will see you guys though all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today's, make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye guys.